Hi everyone. Let's say you're working in Excel Online and you find that you're not able to see enough of the document at a time. All right, so by Excel Online, I mean in the browser, right? So this is an Excel document open in a browser. It looks a bit ridiculous, of course, because there's a giant smiley face, but the idea behind this example is that let's say I need to see many rows of data at a time and I'm just not able to see them all in the browser. What can I do to improve the situation? In this case, we're just going to use a smiley as an example. What do I do to see the full smiley face? Well, there's a few things you can do. There's really basic stuff, like, for example, maximizing the window, in Windows, up here, right? I could just maximize it, but often that gives more width than it does height, so it's not that useful. So for the sake of this video, I'm just going to go back to this, okay, to keeping it this size. But, all right, so what else can we do, right? Well, one thing we can do is there's the ribbon up top here. So the ribbon is really the area in Excel with all the controls. Well, if you look all the way on the right, there's a little arrow right here, right? A little arrow on the right. If you click that, or actually hover over it, it says collapse the ribbon. And then if you click it, the ribbon actually hides itself, which is great. I mean, that removes a lot of space that's wasted, air quotes. It really depends on whether you need it. So with that space gone, I can scroll down and, well, I can see more of the smiley, but not quite all of it. The next step, really, that I recommend to solve this situation is to simply zoom out in the browser. That really is the easiest way. So in this case, I'm using Google Chrome. I'm going to go to the top right, where there's a triple dot icon up here. Okay. And then I'm going to click that triple dot, and then here there's some zoom options. Currently I'm zoomed in 100%, it says, which is no zoom at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reduce that until I see as much as I need, and then I'll scroll, and then perfect. I've got the smiley face perfectly in frame. Now, you might ask me, Matt, why didn't you, for example, unfreeze the panes that are here? I mean, the top 5 rows are kind of wasted, right? They're always sticking around. So what I wanted was a scenario where the pane was kind of valuable. And in this case, the author of the document, his intention was probably to leave the copyright information always visible because the smiley face itself is actually, a public domain asset. And so that could have been the idea. Now, yes, I could have easily gone to View and then clicked Freeze Panes and clicked Unfreeze Panes. I'll just show you this quickly. We could unfreeze the panes, okay? This would have released the top 5 rows. And then I could have easily scrolled away and saw more, But that would have changed the document. The other methods that I showed don't change the document itself. They just change your browser's configuration. Anyway, so that's a bit of extra info. Hope it's useful.